Hey guys, it's me, Courtney. My hair's a mess. It's okay. I've been working all day. So I was like, you know what? For the past month, I have been coming up with ideas of how I can talk about what I had talked about in the past about doing a little questionnaire. And I also got this idea because my friend, my colon cancer survivor friend, Jelena, did it. And I was like, oh my God, I've got to do this because I had questions and not really questions anyone picked out. I actually did this myself. I went on a website and I just randomly chose a bunch of questions. I didn't think about it, just literally like pick numbers and okay, I'm gonna do this one, this one, this one, this one. A few of them were like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that just because I want to. Just a little about me. So we're gonna do a getting ready video with Alien, and I'm gonna tell you about myself with these questions I wrote down. So it's, we'll see how this goes. So I am gonna dive right in because I don't want to keep too long, but yeah, I only have quite a few, but we'll see how long I take. I don't want to be too long on this. So here we go. I'm going to start off with my foundation or primer and all that too. So I'll do that on camera since I have these questions. So with that being said, and I don't know if I'll be able to we'll see how it goes with showing you how I'm doing my look, because I have no flipping idea how I'm going to go about this while doing it about me. So this will be interesting. But my first question is, what is your middle name? My middle name is Renee, and that is not the typical Renee. Mine doesn't have a little asterisk above it. It's R-E-N-E, nothing else. So yes, Courtney Renee. So where were you born? I was born in Independence, Missouri. And I lived there for a while, till I was maybe 4, I guess. I don't know. And my next question, where did you grow up? I grew up in a city called Blue Springs, and that is in Missouri. Go Wildcats, purple and gold. To all my Blue Springs high school peeps out there, I hated high school. It was the worst of my years was high school. So, Next question is, what inspires me? Which I kind of take that as a who inspires me kind of question, because I guess who inspires me would probably be 2 of my favorite beauty influencers, and that is Smitha. Check her Instagram out and her YouTube channel. She goes by Smitha Deepak. I don't know, I hope I'm saying that right. She's an amazing influencer. She's so positive, so nice. She just does a lot of fun looks, and a lot of my inspiration comes from her. And same with Jeffree Star, obviously. He's my other. He inspires me because he's just, I don't know. I've been following him since MySpace days, and, he's just been, he's one of those people that I understand. I always tell everyone that if I knew him personally back in the day, me and him would have been besties. That's the kind of, he's the type I would have hung out with, the type of personality, everything. So, and still to this day, his personality, I love, you guys, I've always liked him. So, my next question was, let me get this off. I'm going to actually finish this foundation because I can't, I'm sitting here smearing while I'm trying to talk. Yeah, these questions are fun, and I hope that you guys can get to learn a little about me in this whole situation. I'm not talking about cancer in this. That's why I didn't want to ask people on Facebook, Insta, or Twitter things about me, because I didn't want to talk about cancer in this particular thing.
We'll do that another time.
Okay, so my next question. What has required the most courage of you in your life so far?
I just said I wasn't going to talk about it, but cancer.
Cancer is by far the hardest thing anyone can go through, in my opinion. I think it is. It's literally life-changing. Your life just goes, and you have no idea what's going to happen. You can die, you can stay alive, you can fight it your whole life. You can, I don't know. It's just, for me personally, when I got diagnosed, I was like, bring it on. I didn't cry. I didn't shed one tear when I got diagnosed. And I'm not lying. My whole family was witnesses. The doctor was a witness. He's like, you're taking this very well. And I was like, well, I'm not scared, because I'm not. the scariest part was when I was throwing up. So anyway, we don't go that route. I'm not going down that route. But yes, I'd say that brought a lot of courage, you know. Okay, so I had to kind of like step away and talk about that one for a minute because I was a little sensitive. I didn't think about that question before I wrote it down. Oops. So yeah, I'm gonna do my brows real quick. And this part, it may take me, like, I can't talk while I do my brows, but you know, we'll just kind of talk in the meantime. Like while I'm doing this, I can't focus on a question. Let me see what question is. Oh, this one I can talk about. Okay, so this is kind of a 3-in-1 question I added because I didn't see the point of doing just one. So favorite actor, actress, and celebrity in general. So my favorite actor would have to be, which is like, it's been hard. I had to think about this because there's a lot out there. I'd have to say Chris Hemsworth. He's my favorite. I just love him. He's funny. I love him in Thor. Not to mention he's cute. He's handsome, you know, whatever. My favorite actress is a toss-up between two. Reese Witherspoon or Sandra Bullock. I love both of them, and it's so hard to figure it out which one I like more. So they're both really good. Celebrity, and I am totally taking this into account as makeup too, Jeffree Star. So that's the second time I mentioned his name tonight, or tonight. Jeffree Star all the way, baby. So my favorite color, pink. I do like blue too, but pink is numero uno, all the way pink. So no one can change my mind on that. My favorite food, y'all gonna laugh because it's not someone's normal, in my opinion, choice to like this food. Like, a lot of people don't go for this type of food, but I do. Indian food is my favorite food, particularly vegan tikka masala is my favorite, along with some naan. And mango lassi is my favorite, like, thing to go with that. So I usually say, when I say vegan tikka masala, I do tofu. I don't eat meat with it. I don't like chicken that much, so it's hard for me to like eat it with chicken. When we go to this place called Korma Sutra in Kansas, they have vegan options and it's amazing. And I'm like, oh my God, like paneer, that is, I'm not sure if that's vegan. I have to look that up. I don't know. But someone told me it's cheese. That's what some person told me. I don't know if that's true. I don't know anything about it, but yeah. So my next question is about food too. Favorite ice cream. My favorite ice cream actually got kind of crazy lately. If you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen that I've posted a huge excitement over Ben & Jerry's Chocolate Therapy because they had it at a Hy-Vee, which is a local grocery store around here. And I freaked out and tweeted Hy-Vee about it. And I literally like freaked out. The people in the store were like, is she okay? So Chocolate Therapy, but then recently Ben & Jerry's, I saw one that's called chocolate caramel cheesecake. I highly recommend, if you like those 3 items together, get it. It's so good. So yeah, you know, if you're feeling chocolatey, go for Chocolate Therapy. If you're wanting some cake chunks in your ice cream, go for the cheesecake. So yeah, let me finish this one brow and I will. Okay, so I went ahead and did all the concealer and stuff too. It's not perfect by any means. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and do my shadow. And like I said, we're using Alien palette today. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna go in and I might just tell you what I'm using. I might have to show you because like if you own the palette, you kind of can just go by what I'm saying, I guess. But the first shade I want to start with Ghost OG, which is kind of a grayish color. Anyways, we're gonna move on with the questions. My next one was favorite physical activity. I say activity, well, you know, I might have to add something here because I do, before I had to quit because of issues, my favorite physical activity used to be weightlifting. So I don't know if anyone knew that, but I used to barbell lift. Like, I'm talking like deadlifting, bigger weights. My highest was I'm a beginner, so 110 pounds for deadlifting. And then squatting, I can't remember, not squatting. I didn't do squatting because I have bad, like, I can't squat. I can kettlebell squat, but I can't do the bar. And bench press. And that, I don't remember what my highest weight was. I had a book and I wrote everything down in, and I can't remember what it was, but that was my favorite thing to do, was Olympic barbells, I guess what they're called. But now currently soccer, because weightlifting didn't work out too well because of how busy the gym was all the time. I couldn't get on the things I wanted to get onto. Sucks, you know? It's like you go to the gym, you drive 35, 40 minutes away to your gym, and then, yeah, because I was going from work to the gym, and get there and find out everything's taken. Same in the mornings. I mean, it was just insane. That gym was crazy. Lifetime was like the one I went to. But soccer has been my favorite, but I've been injured, and I'm still currently injured. I went for a walk yesterday and I still can't. It hurts really bad. So I haven't been resting it like I should. Don't do that. Anyways, let's put this on real quick and we'll move on to the next question. I'm just going to shade this in the area where I normally go.
So, my next question, what am I going to tape on to? Because I kind of want to do a tape look. I always do this. So, the next question is,
my favorite town / city and why. That's a no-brainer by far. So most people would say my favorite town city is like a beach, you know, but like by living there for 3 years, no, not at all. I will say I do have a area that has a beach that is one of my favorites, but I can go there in a minute because it's not my top favorite. Chicago, guys. Obviously, Chicago. It is my favorite because it has special meaning. My husband had taken me there for my birthday, and it was a surprise trip back in 2011 or 2012. 2011, I was still in dental school. So yeah, 2011. And then that was my first trip to Chicago and my first ever trip with him and his family. His brother and sister-in-law went too, and it was my birthday. And then we went there for our 2-year anniversary, and then we got engaged there. Like in 2017. So, yeah, it is very special. So that is exactly why I also like just in general, like the pizza. The pizza. I love Navy Pier. I love Millennium Park. I love the Water Tower. I love we'll go there probably later down the road, but I love the Bears, the Cubs, you know, it's like the Bulls, you know, like it's just one of those things, you know. I'm a huge Bears fan, obviously. So yes, that is why it's my favorite city. My other favorite city, I'm not going to talk about, is San Francisco. I love San Francisco. It is by far, I'm only doing one look today, by the way, guys, so sorry, not 2 look 1 palette today. But yeah, San Francisco. I went there right before I started chemo. I asked my doctor if I could go, and he's like, yeah, that's fine. We'll start chemo when you get back fresh and new here. You know, like, so, San Francisco was right before my chemo, and that was, this kind of rhymes. But yeah. And then this one's going back to the days where I hated life, which is high school. What was my favorite and least favorite? Favorite subject in high school and the least subject, whatever you want to call it. My favorite subject in high school, I had a couple. I really liked, well, you know what, art. Art was my favorite, and like sewing. I actually got like, I was really good in sewing. Sewing was my niche, you know, like I wanted to be a fashion designer back in the day. So, got accepted into the Art Institute of Kansas City and did not pursue that dream. And my least favorite subject in high school was English, because I hate learning about literature and stuff. It wasn't like the English, like, oh, you speak English. It was literally like, we had to read books. Like, I hated that kind of stuff. Like, I was not about reading Huckleberry Finn and shit like that. Sorry, my French. But yeah, I did not like it. I failed English. I got like a C or a D or whatever. I never got Fs. College-wise, I had my favorite. Obviously, when you go to college, you take your favorite classes. So, you know, I didn't have any issues. Like, I don't have any questions on that, but anatomy was my favorite. So, moving on. Are you a fan of any sports teams? Yes, I am. My favorite ever sports team in the world is the Chicago Bears. I've seen them in person 3 times, or wait, 4 times. Oh my God. Wow, 4 times. So I saw them, and I saw them 3 times in Chicago and 1 here in Kansas City. I saw them obviously against the Chiefs, and then I saw them, that was the best comeback of my life, watching that too. It was like 18-0, and in the second half they came back and won it. Or I'm sorry, 17-0, and then in the second half they came back and won it 18-17. I was like, oh my God. As a Chiefs fan, that sucks. As a Bears fan, it was amazing. But of course I had, you know, good intentions. I wasn't like, in your face, you know. But also I love the, another football team I'm in love with is the Baltimore Ravens. Just when I was in high school, because they're purple and gold, like Bears actually came after Ravens. I was at, so, yeah, I like the Ravens. Lamar Jackson is a beast. Let's see here. I love the Red Sox, even though they are caught cheating recently and fired their coach or their manager or whatever you want to call it. Cora. So that sucks because it's embarrassing as being a World Series champ and then finding out they cheated that season. Then I like, I cheer for the Royals too. They're fine. Hockey-wise, I like, this sounds really stupid because they're rivals, but I like the Blackhawks. They're my number 1. The Blues. I know that's weird because they're rivals. But it's okay. I don't care. Then, remember baseball. Basketball, I'm a Bulls fan. I went to go see the Bulls and the Bears in the same weekend. We bought tickets literally like an hour before the game started. And then soccer, of course. I'm a Sporting Kansas City fan. I know that's very weird because I'm a Chicago fan, Boston fan, but Sporting, all the way, babe. But yeah, those ones. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with, I guess change subject real quick. Flying saucer, and there's a green color, and we're gonna go. Are you a fan of, oh wait, that's the one I just did, sorry. Can you dance? That's a good question because depending on what kind of dancing you're talking about, I would have to say when you're dancing like at a wedding and a party, no. Line dancing, like the cha-cha slide and shit, the wobble, yeah. Like if you're just regular dancing, I suck at that. But when it comes to choreography, I can dance like really good with that because I took 6 years of dancing when I was younger. I took ballet, jazz, tap, ballet, jazz, and tap, I think is what I did. Fun fact about that, which is definitely not part of the question, but I want to mention it. Because I took dance back in the day, my dance teacher was a Chiefs cheerleader at one point, and we got to perform in the Chiefs halftime show against the Broncos one year when I was 13 years old. It was so fun. It was a Christmas performance. So that was pretty cool. That's just a fun fact about dancing. But yes, I can do ballet and all that stuff. Maybe not so much anymore. But yeah, I should have tried out for the dance team on my high school, but did not do that because I was having fear. It was like, okay, I'm not popular in high school. I don't want to do it. Next question is, do you have a tattoo? No, I do not. I had thought about getting one, but after much thought, I don't know if I really want one anymore. And, you know, that's probably a good thing because after getting one, you can't get rid of it unless you go pay a lot of money to get rid of it. I don't want to do that. And I'm scared of needles. If I had to get a tattoo or if I decided I wanted one, You all know what I would get. I'd get a cancer ribbon, probably on my wrist, because you can hide it if you know, with a wrist, like a bracelet or a watch. I was going to get it on my port area, but I'm not doing that because you can't even see it. So I just don't know. Like, I'm still in that. If you're in that I don't know phase and needing a tattoo, don't do it because you'll regret it probably. That's what my thought philosophy on that is. My next question is, do you have any pets? I do not. We actually did have one and we had to give him up because we were too busy for him. Funny thing is, I'm not really funny, but I begged my doctor to let me get a dog. Like, begged the whole flipping treatment. I'm like, can I get a dog? Can I get a dog? Can I get a dog? It's like asking a parent, can I get a dog? And he said no. And then the last day of treatment, he's like, okay, 2 or 3 weeks you can get a dog outside of treatment or something like that. So I was like, okay. So we went out and got a golden retriever. Took care of him for about 6 months. He was really smart, very sweet, everything, but it didn't work out because we weren't here for him. Like, it's like working 2 adults, working 40, 45 hours a week. It was just impossible. So we gave him to a family I know. And so we know about him. We know how he's doing. That's cool. But anyways, that's the story about that. I don't want to go too far because I'm going to get emotional. So moving on. My first celebrity crush, Zach Hansen from the Hansen. You know, Zach Hansen. Most embarrassing moment. Guys. Oh. Okay, next I'm going in with Abduction, then we'll talk about that. So Abduction is that bright yellowy, orange, yellow color. So
My most embarrassing moment would have to be, okay, it was in 2015. So I have a hard time like coming up with it real quick because it's like, I don't even know if I want to share this, but it's fine. It's fine. So back in 2015,
we decided to go visit my family for my my birthday weekend. It was in October. My birthday's in November. So we wanted to do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in Disney World at Magic Kingdom. So we, did that with my mom and my brother. We went out there for them to do that. And when I typically get with my family, we drink, I wasn't drunk, but I had a couple beers. So, a couple beers. Then I decided, hey, I forgot. I was supposed to go up in my mom's attic and look through my old stuff from when I was a kid, And so I decided that I was going to do that after, a few hours after drinking. I feel like I was pretty okay by then. And so my mom's like, be careful. When you go up there, there's a few loose boards, so you need to be careful. I was like, oh, I'll be fine. So I get up there and I notice a few are shaky. And I was like, okay, this is fine. It's over above the garage too. So I get up there and I walk over and I see my stuff.
I'm like, okay, cool. So I get over there and then I feel it cracking. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I start balancing my foot on a different pole and then I start to feel like I'm falling. So I was like, I don't know how I even managed to catch myself, but I got myself on a fishing pole. And no, it's not what you think. I did not hook myself. I just grabbed it and it was stuck on something. So I just grabbed it real quick and then I grabbed my other hand and I grabbed a board, a bowl, one of the boards. And I pulled myself up to the point where I could put my arms up and my feet are dangling from the ceiling. There's obviously some plaster on the ground.
My dad's motorcycle's right below me, so if I would have fell through, I probably would have hurt myself on the motorcycle. I don't know, but I didn't fall full down.
Thankfully. I start yelling for help, and my parents are in the living room watching the Royals get inducted to the World Series. This was the last game, and then they ran to the World Series. So they're all freaking out, and they don't hear me. And I'm sitting here like, damn it, I missed it. So, because I did this during commercial. I thought, I'll just run up there real quick. So they run in, they're like, oh my God, she's singing through the ceiling. So we go to I get out there, and when I get down there, my knee is busted, my wrist is hurting, and there's cuts, and it's swelling up pretty bad. It hurts to the point where I can't bend it. It's about 2 a.m., and I'm in shock. I'm literally in shock. And I felt like I was going to pass out. And so we went to the hospital.
and I got x-rayed and all that jazz, and you know, they cleaned me up and everything, and I had just a really bad sprain in the wrist, so I had to keep that in a huge massive wrap. And then you know, the next day, you know, we went around Florida, hung out, was fine. And then we went to Disney World and everything was great. And they treated me like a princess because it was my birthday weekend. And they saw I was injured. So I got basically, since I had like injury, I had my knee wrapped and I had my wrist thing on. They treated me like I was a freaking like celebrity, you know, like giving me front row to all the rides and all that jazz. It was nice, but I didn't want that. I just happened to have it. So yeah, that's the embarrassing story of me falling through a ceiling in Florida in my parents' house, and they got it fixed and everything, so that's good. That was a long story, but that was what happened. So we're gonna move on to this next one. So what store would you choose to max out a credit card? I don't own a credit card. Well, my husband does, but I don't use a credit card. Even though I have one in my name, I never use it. So if I had to choose a store, website-wise, Jeffree Star by far. Jeffree Star or Beautylish or something like that. If I had to choose a store, locally, because Morphe is so far away from me, it's in Chicago. If I had to choose like a physical store, if I was in Chicago, of course, go to Morphe and max out my credit card there. Then Scheels, which is a sports store out here in Kansas. I really like Scheels. Next I'm gonna take Pluto, which is this shimmery white color, and I'm gonna put that above this color. So yeah, those what I would do on that. Scariest movie, which really makes me laugh, because I'm not an easy scare, okay? Guys, I watch horror movies as a hobby. Like, that is one of my favorite things to do, is watch scary movies. I don't scare very easily. Now, take me to a haunted house and yeah. Okay? Like, I don't like people jumping out at me. That's my issue. But scary movies don't faze me. Like, I have to watch a really disturbing freaking movie for me to get scared. Like, it's got to be super. But I will say a couple. I'll give you a couple that have freaked me out over the years, and I'm no longer scared of a couple of them, actually. But my first ever scary movie I ever got like freaked out on was It, back when I was 4 years old. 4. Scarred me for life as a child, as a clowns, and I cannot stand clowns till this day. I will never get over clowns. My next movie was The Ring. I happened to watch it with my friends over as a sleepover, and we rented it. And I guess my friend's mother knew, or someone knew, that we were watching it, and she called, and I swear to God, I remember this, because she called like after it just happened to be shortly after the part where the phone rings. So she called, and she goes, 7 days. So I'm no joke. I mean, that really happened. And then Blair Witch Project. I'd say that one was pretty damn scary. I'm not scared of these movies anymore, except for It. But I'd say the most scariest recent movie I've ever seen that really was it was more disturbing than scary. Midsummer. That one was pretty disturbing. There was just some very graphic images and just some disturbing parts that really grossed me out. Like, it just made my stomach I can't believe this is going on kind of thing. Like, cult movies scare me like crazy, and that's kind of like what that is. So cults are really what freak me the hell out. Send me a cult movie of any sort of weird cults. I am terrified. So yes, I guess I am scared of cults. Anyways, let's move on. Where do I buy my jeans? I hardly ever wear jeans because I'm now stay at home, like work from home. But Target. Target is where I get my jeans because they have length. You know, I'm a tall girl, so I need my length. You know. So, my next question is, what are you gifted at? Art. So, I'm a good drawer. I draw very well. I know anyone can go to Pinot's Palette and do a painting, but I'm actually legit good at those. Like, I'm definitely good at them. People will tell me I'm good, and I say, oh, I'm not good at all. But I really am good, and I'm not gonna deny that. I'm definitely not one of those people to say I'm good at something, but I'm pretty good at that stuff. Like drawing. I think I'm kick-ass at drawing. I'm not one of those people that can think things up and draw it, though. I have to look at something and just, like, draw it. Like, if you give me a picture of... People have done this, Jeffree Star, and I'm actually in the process of doing one of Jeffree Star. I can draw a picture of one of his, like, cards that he gives everyone. in his, like, in your orders, I can draw those. So that is kind of my forte, is people. Like, I can draw people. My next question is, let me do this really quick because I can't do this and talk. So 1 sec. Okay, so there's that. I'm really messed up, but it's okay. Anyways, let's go back to these questions. Okay, so furthest away from home, I confirmed with my husband today that my furthest away traveled was actually either Berlin, Germany, or Venice, Italy. And those 2 cities were beautiful. I was sick as a dog during Italy, but yeah, Germany was pretty awesome too. And the next question, am I a morning or night person? And also, what time do I get up and what time do I go to bed every day? So this just depends, honestly. I am more my mental state night person. I love the nighttime, but I get up early as hell. So that's what's hard. I have a hard time like waking up, but I'm usually up very early. So that comes up to this question is, on a normal working day, if I was to go into the office, I get up about 5:15 every day to do this. And then I also go to, like, during my work from home days, I get up at 7:15 every day because I don't need to do this. I go to bed lately, you know, I've been going to bed between 9. I go on a normal work, like I said, if I have to give it 5 something, I go to bed 9. And typically right now, since I work from home, it's between 9:30 and 10, maybe even 10:30, depending on how squirrely I feel. Weekends could be anywhere between 9 and 12, depending on how busy I am with my friends. Right now, we don't have no friends to hang out with. So yeah. So the last thing I've watched, and I watched a lot of stuff because I binge YouTube all day long, listening to it. I don't really watch it. I listen to it. So movie or show I've actually committed to watching nonstop is the Tiger King. Highly recommend watching that. It's really interesting. So I'm gonna go in with the we're gonna go in with the flying saucer color, the green color I was using earlier. And the car I drive, I had recently bought, I traded my 2012 Chevy Cruze in for a 2018 Ford Mustang convertible that is beautiful yellow. Its name is Beaver. I love her. I've been wanting that car since I was like 9 or 10 years old. So if that tells you anything, I got my dream car. Not very many can say their dream car is a Ford Mustang, but that's mine. So, you know. But yeah, that is my babe. And my best news I've ever received, guys. Okay, this happened on Twice basis. Okay.
So back on, oh geez, that's a lot of fallout that just happened right there. Oops. The best news I've received, I'm gonna go and take that off, is on December, I think 19th of 2017.
My doctor called me while I was at work and let me know that there was no more tumors on my liver and I was technically NED. He didn't say NED, but he just said, there's no more tumors on your liver. Okay. He didn't sound like that, but you know. So that was part 1. Part 2 was when I got my news of remission. He didn't say remission. He just said, oh, your scans are clear. But that was after all of my chemo, and that was on July 17th of 2018. I got told I was basically in remission. But I was technically in remission in December, but you know, I don't really consider it, you know.
So yeah, cancer-free. I'm cancer-free. So that happened. These tapes. I'm making a mess. That's fine.
So next question is my first concert, Hanson. We went to Hanson. That was back in 1998 or 97. And we went to Ward Parkway to go see them. And we had to donate a canned good to get in. How freaking awesome is that shit? Like, I saw them recently too. I saw them in my remission actually. The week after, it was before I got told I was in remission, I went to go see Hanson. and they were here at the Voodoo Lounge in Kansas City at a casino. It was so great. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is a dream come true to see Hanson. Like, the week I was in remission, it was so fun.
All right, this next one is really funny. Okay, so what jobs have I had? And what was my first job? I mean, we're going to go in order here anyway. And what job would I want?
I don't know where that question came from. It was kind of intertwined here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start back to memory lane here, guys. My first ever job was at a candy store. Actually, no, scratch that. Taco John's. If anyone's heard of Taco John's. It was a taco, it's actually better. I mean, it's not better than Taco Bell, but it's pretty damn good. I like their potato alays. It's like potato, like tater tots with some seasoning on them.
We're going to take Area 51, which is purple. I'm going a little different with this one.
And I worked there one day and quit. Didn't give the man any notice. I just said, hey, I can't do this anymore. Because one of my best friends' mom gave me a job at her daycare. And that was my other job. And I loved that. It was awesome. Like, I don't know.
It's like Barney the dinosaur right now. Okay, so, then, after I worked for her, I got a job through one of the daycare moms. Like a kid that was getting daycare there at a store called Candyopolis. It's a candy store at the mall. That was my first, like, mall job. And I liked it to an extent. When you crave candy all the time, it's not the best thing in the world. Then, after that, I think it took me a while to get another job, but I ended up working, I think, at, oh shit, this is where I get confused. Okay, I believe I got a job at the mall again, actually, and I worked at Hollister. I worked at Hollister, we'll just go on in here. Okay, I worked at Hollister, I don't even know if these are in order. Oh yeah, Hollister was in high school, that's right, Hollister, Victoria's Secret came after my other job, so we'll just go 579, which is a iconic store from back in, like, the 90s and 2000s, yeah. It was pretty awesome. I, worked there for quite a long time through college, and then we closed, like, with bankruptcy or something like that. I don't remember what the reason was anymore, but I worked there, and then I got a job at Urban Behavior, which was a store that was in the mall too, and then it closed. And then I got a job at Victoria's Secret as a part-time, like, temp. Call-in shifts were a bitch. I don't know why call-in shifts even exist. You have to be on call. I hated it. Because I just never got paid. I got the discount at Victoria's Secret, but never got to use it. That sucks. So after that, I went to Cracker Barrel and got a job as a cashier at Cracker Barrel. And then I quit, went to school. Then when I came back and I worked in the restaurant industry, I worked at Red Lobster, and then moved away to Florida, worked at a place called Squidlets, which was my favorite surfing job in the world. Shout out to my Squiddies in Florida, Melbourne. And then while I was working there, I decided to take up another job at Buffalo Wild Wings, and they treated me kind of shitty there, so I left. No, nothing on our Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm just saying that particular one did. So then I quit that. Moved back here to Missouri, Kansas, what do you want to call it. Got a job at Jack Stack, and I actually no called, no showed with them because they made me work when I was throwing up. So stop treating your employees like that. And then I worked at Sunglass Hut, and then I worked at a bank, and I work at my current place now selling Medicare. So I've had a lot of jobs.
That was too much for one question. I'm sorry. So we're not going to do the what job you want because honestly, dental assisting. Oh yeah, I was a dental assistant for a little while, but it was not a real job because I was a temp. They wouldn't hire me full time, and no one will. So how often do you skip breakfast? Every day. I fucking hate breakfast food. I hate breakfast food with a passion. I will not eat breakfast. What were you for Halloween when you were 8? I don't know how they came up with the age, but 8 years old, I was Jasmine. I loved Aladdin, and I still do. So, Jasmine. Next color I'm going to go in with is Interstellar, which is a kind of a goldy color.
And we're going to put that all in this corner here. And then, trying to through these a little bit.
Next question is grow up job. Like what I wanted to be when I grew up. That was the question it was supposed to be. When I was growing up, it was a wide variety of things. Let's see. I really wanted to be in the medical field. That was big. I wanted to be either a nurse, a doctor, dentist. I settled in the middle for dental assistant, is why I went to school, or what I went to school for. And then I, didn't get the job. It took me a long time and I never got a job. Like, everyone else I graduated with got jobs right out of school from dental, but Me? Nope. So that was sucky. And what do I do for a living? I work in Medicare supplement insurance as a agency operations specialist, which is someone that basically fixes applications, you know, calls the carrier and gets names corrected for the clients when they accidentally spell their name wrong. Well, agent might have done that. I don't know. Sometimes there's a glitch in the systems that do that to help basically have clients have perfect applications in the long run. I did not blend that spot very well. So that's what I do. What do I collect? I've collected a variety of different things. When I was a kid, I collected Beanie Babies like any other kid would. That was the craze, or the rave, whatever you want to call it. And then later down the road, I started collecting, like, after that, and, you know, nonsense, I was collecting other things. Like, when I got older, I collected shot glasses. I have shot glasses from a lot of different states. They're in the basement, collecting dust. And now, currently I don't collect anything, but my most recent thing I was collecting was Funko Pops. And they're in a box, but I'm not displaying them until we get our gaming room completely under control. So, yeah, I don't really collect anything now. I guess I get unicorns. I like unicorns. So anyone that gets me unicorns, I get happy. So I decorate my beauty room with them. My husband thinks I collect makeup, but that's not a collection. That's literally, I say, oh, it's my Jeffree Star collection, but I don't collect it. I wear it. That's not something you do when you collect. You don't. People, when I think of a collection, I think of it as like something sitting on a shelf and never being used, you know. So I use my stuff. So, you know, I have my Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette, and I'm like petting it because it feels like velvet. Yes. So my next question is, I'm getting almost done with the questions. That's why I'm not really doing makeup right now. So my next one, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing makeup though, because I need to move on. Next question is longest period spent in the hospital. That'd be 7 days or 6 days. It might have been 6 or 7, but I was getting my liver resection done at that time. We're taking flying saucer under the eye here. And that was done. Okay, we only have a few more questions here, guys, thankfully.
Kind of finishing up really quick, and then I'll tell you the last few. I'm taking Area 51 in the purple. And then I'm going to take Interstellar in the corner here. Oh, I poked my eye. Ah! Okay, this lash is not wanting to cooperate with me for some reason, but it's okay. I'm actually not going to post this on Insta, I don't think. I might take a photo for myself, but this isn't going to be long. That's okay. Oh gosh, I'm about to have a freaking mess up here because, yeah, the way things are stacked over here is not good. So I need to probably revamp this tonight because this is bad. Okay, anyways, let's move on. Okay, my last 3 questions.
I'm down to. If I had 1 year left to live, what would I do? So I think what I would do is travel the world of every place that I've wanted to go to. I have to get a passport first because my passport has my old name on it. But yeah. Next, actually, after coronavirus, of course. But you know, if that was happening, I would probably just do a bunch of random stuff and didn't care, you know? Actually, I guess if you had 1 year left, you wouldn't really care, right? I don't know. But that's what I do, travel, do bucket list items like that. Okay, if I became a millionaire overnight, what would I buy? First off, I would pay all my close family, like mother, father, Brandon's mother and dad and family, like brother, sister, law, whatever, my brother. I would pay off all their debts, help them out, maybe pay, you know, I don't know, do that kind of stuff first. I would maybe, we'll see here, I would donate to Fight CRC, Colon Cancer Alliance, Colon Cancer Coalition, pretty much any colon cancer awareness site, I would donate charity-wise for that. Then if I had to buy myself anything with that money, you know, I bought my dream car. I would probably buy some, like, maybe a snow-worthy car for the snow. I don't know. Like, $1 million doesn't go a long way, to be honest. Like, if you get it one time and never again. Yeah, so you gotta be careful. So, you know, maybe invest a little bit of it, you know, that'd be fine too. That's actually my husband's answer. He'd invest it. He would pay off his family's debt, but then invest money. He wouldn't even buy anything for himself. But that's good. My nickname is Court. That's my last question. So, I hope you enjoyed that. if we have any other questionnaires in the future, drop it down below, I guess. Like, I don't really know what else to do. I was bored, so, I wanted to come up with some questions and keep y'all entertained during this quarantine, because it sucks so bad. I'm bored. I might take my Mustang out for a drive, actually. I have the window open. It's like 70 degrees out, so you might do that today. We'll see. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Here's my look. It's not amazing, but it is something. That's what I do when I'm distracted. I don't do very good, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. If, this doesn't get posted before that, we'll see. Oh, I'm getting my new palette this weekend too, so there will be a video for that. Yes. Bye, guys.